hour with Joan Boyce for the entire year. She's not back until next year, but we've saved some of the best for last. Our sequin top will be coming up. I know a lot of you are still shopping on the jacket. You're still shopping on the fleece line leggings. We have the final few, but lots of things to do this hour. And we want to tell everybody, too, Happy Veterans Day.
I want to say this to you. My husband was a veteran in the Korean War, so you know where we are in age. It is so my honor to honor you. You deserve it. We wouldn't be free and safe. And girls, the biggest thrill of my life that I wasn't born in this country and that I became an American. We owe everything to our veterans. There is not enough I can say.
And I agree. Every man in my family, my dad has three brothers. Yeah, all the Craig boys are all veterans. And then my brother is too, well, he's actively in the Air Force. So yeah, all of our guys have always been veterans too. And there's not a more honorable or noble job. And my son wants to do it too, so we'll see. Okay, we are moving right along because we've got the final hour with Joan for the entire year. And here we go. The necklace that I have been wearing, everybody's been asking about this, and in fact, I think just from me wearing it, we are down to 150 of these. So it is a 29.5-inch tassel necklace that we were supposed to do at $139. We're doing it at $119, and we're doing it on FlexPay for under $30. Joan, this is exquisite.
I have to share with you guys. Every show I say to Miss Connie, there is nobody that works harder than this woman. So every show I say to her, Connie, what do you really love? And I guess she's on to me after a while because I put it in her Christmas basket. Guess what she told me she loved the best out of the whole show? Tell everybody what you said.
Hands down.
This was her favorite.
Because you know what?
And this is a woman who sees everything.
Well, and I just think that there is a world of possibilities with this. I could turn this around and it would look completely different.
You can take the tassel off.
Yep, you can take the tassel off of this.
And wear the tassel on my neck wire.
Yep, I could take the tassel right off if I wanted to do that. I could actually turn the whole necklace around and wear it with this side. I mean, you could do a million different things with it.
A million things with it.
But my thing was, I was thinking with this, when I am not here, and Joan gets on to me all the time, but when I'm not here, I'm not dressed up. I'm just not. Because I have a little messy boy, and I'm always running to basketball practice or going outside or something with him. And so for the most part, what I will wear are like simple little t-shirts and like, you know, maybe jeans and boots or yoga pants and boots, whatever. But this would dress anything up.
And you know what? I'm of an older generation, and my generation was always kind of dressed. So now that the new generation came along and we toned down and do more athletic kind of stuff, I swear I never feel comfortable unless I throw a gorgeous accessory on. I can't explain it. I can be sloppy in a big sloppy sweater and a pair of tights, but I can't go without, I never go without a big ring, my studs, a big necklasse, something in order to zhuzh up a plain outfit.
This is gonna sell out.
These have gorgeous beading.
Look at that.
The
you've
gray
got
beading.
the rows of the beautiful, it looks like metallic beads.
Silver beads.
Here you have the jet that's all faceted. You have the look of that beautiful pearl, and then you're getting the big stations. Here you have the big drop station, and then tons of tassel there at the bottom. And remember, you can wear it in a million different ways. We're gonna say hey to Penny in Pennsylvania. Penny, welcome to HSN.
Hi, thank you very much. I thought Joan's jewelry was outrageous, but her clothes are over the top.
Oh, Penny, thank you, sweetheart. What'd you get?
I got the two tank tops, the gray and the blush. I already have them, and I wore them out to a really nice restaurant just with leggings, boots, and I like the versatility of wearing it both ways, and I got so many compliments on it.
Penny, I swear I could have paid you, but I didn't to do that for me, because that's exactly what we've been saying, that you take the plain looking legging and you throw that gorgeous top on and you're ready to go, right?
There you go. Thank you very much for bringing us such nice things.
Happy holidays, honey. Rock everything beautifully, and thank you for that call.
And Semper Fi to the Marine Corps.
Oh, absolutely.
100%.
Thank you. Okay, but Joan, tell us more about this necklace. Tell us.
Well, I make one of these, or I try to do a version of tassels are my favorite thing in the whole world. And a bead necklace like this is so inspirational, so wanting to be fancy, but not quite getting there.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Wanting to look extravagant, but still being understated because of the two-tone. They are real beads. They're not plastic. You don't put your hands on them and feel a plastic bead.
No, it feels expensive.
You know what? It is called in jewelers talk the hand. And when you talk about the hand, you're talking about how a piece of jewelry feels. To jewelers mostly use that expression. And when jewelers pick my jewelry up, I'm telling you the truth, they cannot believe the hand of my pieces because it feels exactly as if they were touching a real piece of jewelry. Well, they are touching a real piece of jewelry. I'm talking about a real genuine necklace.
Well, and the thing is, this is going to be a piece that you will literally keep forever because of the quality.
Quality, and my pieces tend to be timeless. I don't tend to do very trendy jewelry.
That's true. That's
I'm
true.
a little too old to do very young